Lockdown 3.0 then. This is my first walk of the new year in this new phase of lockdown. I'm trying to follow the rules as best as I can, so I'm walking from my doorstep, but still trying to do a fair mileage. So as I did in March or April last year, I'm walking out towards Sandpoint, and it should be a good 8 or 9 miles round. Quite pleased we're in lockdown again. We kind of need to be because of where things are in the UK right now. In a way, I'm fortunate that I can still go to work and we can still do things there. Although, with it being so cold recently and thoughts of having to de-ice the car and spend my time in a cold workshop all day, I was quietly hoping for 6 weeks on furlough. Also living on my own in a small flat. In some ways it's good for me to get out and go to work every day. Otherwise it could be a case of ruminating too much over thoughts and focusing on things I don't have, things I've lost. And for the time being, the Meetup hills are off limits for me, and what I may do in the near future is brave Western Woods over there, which is normally very busy any time of year. Another reason I'm out today is to do a kind of video response. Last weekend, as I filmed this, Jiffy Myers released a video called Show Me Your Brew, which kind of follows on from Hate Outdoors' idea of Show Me Your Steak a few years ago. The idea being to go out somewhere, even your back garden if you have to, and brew your tea or coffee, whatever you drink, show the viewers and have a little chat and say hello, as I'm kind of doing now. My setup will be similar to Jiffy's, but using a Trangia kettle and stove. I tried to do this now, I think 5 times in the last month or so. The first time I forgot my tea bag, the second time it was water, then it was fuel, and the last time I forgot my mug, or so I thought, until I got home and found it in my backpack anyway. So hopefully this will be 5th or 6th time lucky and we'll get on alright. And ideally I want to find a fairly quiet, out of the way spot around Sandpoint, away from hungry dogs, because picnics right now are not allowed, and I'd rather not draw too much attention to myself. I've left home fairly early this morning, and the idea is to get back in time for late lunch, so I've got very little food with me, just some essential snacks, and that's the way it's going to be now for the next few weeks, I guess. Just following the road now, at least towards Woodspring Priory, which you might be able to see ahead. I'm going to turn right before there towards the free car park, then up to the headland, head south along the top, down towards Sand Bay over there, and loop back around. But I came here last Saturday with a walking group, and before lockdown this was, I had no idea I'd be walking here again so soon. But the main Sandpoint car park last week over there was only half open, which is quite strange, and that was pay and display. My tea bag of choice is always peppermint. I'll never understand those who prefer coffee to tea. I walked down from Sand Point, halfway along Sand Bay. I turned in through Sand Farm, and now I'm back on the same bridleway from this morning, about to pass through Ebden Farm again, and from there I'll be almost home again. And it's been quite a nice morning out. The frost is thawing and mud softening beneath my feet. It's one of those walks that's easy to do, but I take it for granted sometimes. And at the same time doing it now, I feel it is quite nice having this only 90 minutes from home. So what I may do next weekend is follow the same path going out, but head up to the woods and do a shorter walk around there. And over here is St George's, where I live. Over this side, though you can't see it, is the M5 motorway. And this morning I walked in that direction over towards Sand Point, which again you can't see. Western Woods is straight over there, that big lump. And a bit of a tip for you as well, if you're walking from home, I put my spare shoes in my car so that I can bag up the dirty boots before going into the building and getting everyone else getting mud up the stairs and all that sort of thing. Almost home now, and I wasn't tagged for this video, but I want to tag 3 people if I can and see how and if they respond. And they're going to be Mark, Y Explorer, and I'm going to choose Mads, who's Mads76. He's only a few miles away up the coast in Clevedon. And thirdly, I want to choose Alex Rand. I'll put links to their channels below. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.